Hello furniture friends, Katie here from Salvaged by K. Scott with a pretty quick and easy all-in-one day update of this mid-century modern cedar chest. I picked this up at a local secondhand furniture shop for $35 and it's in really great condition on the inside, but the finish on the top is flaking really badly. The veneer on the sides is pretty beat up and this veneer on the back is completely toast, but it looks like it's going to be pretty easy to deal with that. I love grabbing these chests because they're usually really popular because they're such a versatile piece of furniture. People can use them for storage anywhere in their homes. They make great toy chests, entertainment units under TVs, or a bench in a hallway or a bedroom. Brand new off of furniture sites like Wayfair, they've got basic chests like this selling for anywhere from $250 all the way up to $600 or $700. So as a secondhand refinished piece, I know that this has some decent value. Today I grabbed some simple green off the shelf. I will clean my furniture flips with any kind of cleaner that's got a really good degreasing power. I really want to make sure that I'm getting off any old furniture waxes or polishes and all of the grime that comes along with fingerprints over lots of years. If I didn't get all of that stuff off first, I would risk grinding it down into the porous wood fibers with my sander, and that might cause some serious issues with a new finish. I left the chest to dry for about 30 minutes and now I'm going to fill in all of these missing chunks and start on the sanding of this flaky finish off the top. This Varathane high performance wood filler is a 2-part epoxy system, just like Bondo, that will set up to a really hard surface and sand down nice and smooth. It's a good idea to only mix up a little bit of this at a time because once you mix the base putty with the cream hardener, you need to work pretty quickly to get it applied. This stuff will start to set up and be really hard to work with in just a minute or two. I'm using some 120 grit to take care of this failing varnish on the top. I could use an 80 grit for this and make it go a little bit faster, but I don't really want to worry about sanding through this thin veneer. So 120 will work just fine and give me a little bit more control. And now that the top is nice and smooth, my filler has had enough time to cure up and I can sand all of that nice and smooth as well. I'm also removing the legs just to make them a little bit easier for me to paint, and I have honestly never seen all plastic mid-century modern legs like this before. They're usually solid wood, but I guess we're just gonna have to work with what we've got here today. I cleaned up all of the sanding dust with a tack cloth, and since I've got all of this exposed wood now, I want to prime it to prevent any tannins from bleeding up through my new finish and staining it, and also to seal it up so you can't see the difference between the wood filler and the veneer because the paint will sit really differently on those two surfaces. I have this spray can of Block It from Home Hardware, and it's going to do a pretty fast job with no extra cleanup. I let my primer dry for about an hour, gave it a really quick smooth out with some super fine sandpaper, and now I'm ready for paint. I hadn't quite decided which paint color I wanted to use when I started this morning, but I think I've landed on this new Opulent all-in-one paint from Lily Moon. This paint does actually have a built-in stain blocking primer and a built-in sealer, so I think I could have actually skipped that primer step altogether if I had planned, but c'est la vie, onwards we go. I'm in the mood to sit on the floor and hand brush this piece today, so I grabbed a fresh chiseled wedge brush from Zebra Painting, and I'm going to just get going on this. I like to do 2 or 3 lighter coats, especially when I'm brushing, so that I can build up the color without creating too much brush texture. I like to keep all of my final brush strokes going in the direction of the wood grain and all the way across the surface because it really helps camouflage the brush strokes. And if I happen to feel the paint starting to dry a bit or pull on my brush, you can really feel it when that paint starts to dry. You can mist a tiny bit of water to give you some more time to smooth things out, but I didn't need to do any of that today. I let my first coat dry for 2 hours and now I'm ready for the second. Same thing as before, just building up the color and trying to keep things really smooth. You can also give your furniture another light sand with some more fine grit sandpaper between coats to help with smoothness as well. I ended up needing about 2.5 coats, so 2 coats and a little bit of touch up in a few spots to get full coverage with this color. And now that it's nice and dry all the way through, I can work on fixing up these plastic feet and getting the knobs to match. I want to go with sort of a darker antique brass color, so I'm just mixing up some Rub and Buff in antique gold with a little bit of ebony to get the color that I want, and I'm just mixing this up with a little craft brush and slapping it on there. Once it's had a few minutes to set, I grabbed a shop towel and I just carefully buffed it back, and voila, you can really see the difference in the before and after here. I brought everything into the kitchen and pulled off my tape around the inside edge. I reinstalled everything, and now this once flaky thrift store find has a beautiful, neutral, and contemporary look ready for its next home. case you're not aware, I don't sell my furniture flips for a profit anymore. That is how I started my business. But now I actually donate them back to the secondhand charity shops where I got them, or to people in my community who are in need. But I thought I'd try something different with this and see if I could sell it and use the proceeds to make a donation to the Canadian Cancer Society. After taking my really nice staged photos and getting the measurements, I popped onto Facebook Marketplace and created an ad. I am going to list it for $395. I've never sold anything here in our new neighborhood, so I'm kind of just guessing and feeling things out. But I think based on some other furniture posts nearby that I can get my full asking price for this. That price would be a really good $300 profit after materials for a one-day flip. I will keep you guys updated on the sale of this over on my community page here on YouTube, so keep an eye out for that. And make sure that you are subscribed for lots more furniture, inspiration, tips, and tricks. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you all next time.